here for you today with this week's live energy and tarot reading. So this is basically how you can best navigate this week. This is telling us what the energy is for this week and what we can do, how we can navigate this week and have the best week possible given this universal energy that we have going on. So we are going to be taking a peek at that energy. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. So before we dive in with the energy, I want to just talk about, I did pull a card in advance. I think this is from my fairy deck, and this is the higher consciousness card, okay? So I want to highlight this because I think that this is really, really important. This is such a time of us entering into a higher consciousness. And so if you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling like you're having a hard time sleeping. A lot of this is energetic downloads. It's preparing us to level up in our life, to level up here on earth, and filling us with more and more light. So you might be noticing that you're having some physical responses to things. You might be noticing that you're actually gaining some more clarity on things as well, or that may be quite the opposite. Maybe you're just like feeling a little bit all over the place. So everybody responds to these energies differently. But understand that this is all for helping us to grow, helping us to level up again in our consciousness here on the planet. And so anything that you can do to work toward bettering yourself, growing yourself, just anything that you can, any actions you can take to help you just in your own personal development or leveling up in your life are going to be really, really helpful and especially effective right now. It's like it'll just help to facilitate and grow this energy even more so. So we want to make sure that as we're navigating this, I think one of the most important things that I feel called to highlight here is that through this process, I think we're getting to a point where we're just sort of tired of the bullshit, right? We're tired of pretending to be somebody that we're not as a collective. We're tired of having to follow certain things, do certain things just out of obligation or because somebody wants us to be this way or whatever it is. We're tired of not being our damn selves, And so right now it's so important, not just this week, but any week, for you to truly look within and ask yourself, who am I really and what do I really want and how can I operate from that place? How can I be that person? How can I be genuinely me? And that might feel uncomfortable at first because, especially if you've been faking it for so long or you have behaved as though you're very different or have behaved in a way that tries to appease people or whatever that is, it might feel uncomfortable because it's different. But the more that you can work on being genuinely you, this is how you're going to be most successful in your life, in your work, in your relationships, in your world. And by the way, if in any of these situations, for example, your relationships, if you're being genuinely you and you can't be that, then you're not going to, this isn't the right relationship for you anyway. You're not going to be successful in this relationship because at the end of the day, deep down, you're not going to be happy with that if you can't be yourself. So in everything that you do, it's going to be really important for you to be authentically you. And as we are transitioning into higher consciousness, we are prepping for some big energies that are coming our way, and I don't say that, I don't think we need to be nervous about that. It's big, exciting stuff. There's a lot of shifting going on. We are doing so much learning, so much growing. And so can we just flow? That's been a word that I've used over and over and over again in these videos, but that's because it's really, really important, is to just make sure that we are flowing with what's showing up for us. And then the other thing is we have a lot of energy that is supporting forward moving momentum right now. And so again, we're going to come back to this idea of making sure that you are tackling that to-do list, that you are doing the things that you are feeling called to do, that you're riding the wave of this energy that's trying to help propel you forward in the direction of living your most purposeful life. And some of us, a lot of us are really feeling this energy to clear things out as well, because when you're transitioning from, one phase of our life to another, because I do feel like we're stepping into a new phase of our life, we have to let go. We have to create space. So my video on Friday was all about creating space for miracles, right? Getting rid of old stuff, old thoughts, old things that are holding us back so that we're creating space for even better things to come into our life. And so right now, anything you can do to clear out old energy is awesome. If you recognize that you don't like the thoughts that you're having in your mind, recognizing that, being conscious of that, and working on consciously shifting those. And that's going to take a little bit of time, but working on throwing away those thoughts that no longer serve you. Working on clearing out your basement, I've been working this week on clearing out my office, clearing out my car, clearing out my house. I'm just kind of going through it, and some of those things are going to take much longer than others, but when you can focus on clearing, it's just going to create some shifts in your energy. You'd be surprised, or maybe you wouldn't be, I don't know, but I was surprised how quickly some things can happen and manifest for you after you've released some other things. And so letting go of stuff, letting go of even people, relationships that you're holding on to that just don't belong in your life anymore. So make sure you guys say hi if you're watching. I always love to hear from you, and tell me how you're experiencing this energy this week as we are working on shifting into this higher consciousness. And tell me about if you're feeling this need to be genuinely you. I think that's, a human need that we have anyway, is to just be ourselves, but we can push that down and push that down. And I think right now it's just being stirred up so much that we're like, you know what? I just want to be myself. I just want to be me. I just want to allow that, because that's what feels best for me. That's what feels most in alignment with my best life path. And I think this week what I'm experiencing too is that there are opportunities showing up for us, but they don't always come in seem to be an opportunity. So we need to continue to be patient with things, because we are planting a lot of seeds here, and it's going to take a little bit of time for these seeds to sprout, although some of them you may see are sprouting already. So, and that's kind of what I'm seeing with the cards as well. So here we have the World card, okay? This is a great card. The World is all about having everything that you've ever wanted, right? So we are manifesting amazing things. We are doing things well. We are doing a good job. We are doing our work. We are finding that path toward enlightenment. Hi, Joy. So we are really doing our best at creating this beautiful vision of the world that we want in our life. And so I feel really, really good about this. When I was a little kid, my dad used to have a sticker chart for me. So when I would do good stuff, I would get a sticker, and then they would add up, and I would be able to get toys and things like that with that. So I kind of feel like this always reminds me of a sticker from the universe, right? It's like, job well done. You're doing a good job. Keep up the good work. Keep pushing. Keep getting through it. Keep working on the things that your soul is telling you to work on. Keep moving, keep releasing, keep clearing, doing all of that stuff, because we're all doing a really good job for those of us that are in alignment with this universal energy that we have going on right now. And here we have the Two of Fire reversed. Okay, so this is, maybe a little bit of a hold on maybe some partnerships that we've been working on, or, something that we're working on together with somebody. You might notice that there's a little bit of a pause with that this week. It doesn't mean that this isn't going to move forward, but it feels like we need to take a step back. There's some things that need to be taken care of first before we can move forward with something. Or certainly if you are finding yourself getting a lot of red flags and feeling like, no, this partnership, whether it's a work partnership, romantic relationship, whatever it is, if you're taking a step back and you're like, no, this just isn't quite working, then it is time to clear that out of your life. But this is kind of a pause and reflect and just explore, is this going to be the best fit for you moving forward? And I think we might not have all of the answers on that right now this week, but you can certainly reflect upon that and feel it out and see what your intuition is telling you. So try not to be too frustrated with the pause. It is purposeful and meant to be for us moving forward. We also, here we have the High Priestess reversed. Okay, so we also might be feeling disconnected from our intuition. We might be feeling like we don't have patience, we might be feeling like we don't have the answers. They're not quite coming to us. But again, this is a matter of patience, and sometimes the correct answers just don't come right away because they're not supposed to. There is such a thing as divine timing, and we need to trust in it. So if the answer is not coming, let yourself just explore. Let yourself just feel that out and try not to think about it too much. Sometimes when you can step away and allow the answers to come into your mind when you're not thinking about it, this is where the very best answers come, because this is when our guard is down, and this is when our intuition is more opened, when we're not focusing so much, when we're not trying to force the answers to come. So a little bit of patience here, a little bit of trust in your higher power here with us. We also, some of this energy is a little tough for this week. It's just a little bit slower moving or frustrating. Joy says patience. Absolutely. We need patience this week to get through some of this stuff. So here we have the Justice card reversed. Okay, so again, this is like maybe not feeling like things are quite fair, things are working out in our favor. Joy, I'm glad this is connecting for you. We might be kind of feeling down on ourselves, like, what am I doing wrong? Why isn't this happening for me? And, again, it's a matter of keep listening to your intuition, keep doing what you're supposed to be doing, and trust that what's meant for you will come for you in its own divine timing. So understanding that, and understanding that maybe some shifts need to happen. Erin is saying #value. Yeah, when you recognize your value, will these things manifest for you? Maybe there's some work that needs to be done before the magical things can really manifest. And that's kind of part of the point of life, right? Is for us to do our work, for us to learn about ourselves, for us to grow ourselves and build ourselves and bring ourselves to the next level. And that's the reward of that, is that we manifest amazing and magical things. So keep working, have patience, have faith. We're getting there. And what I love is the last card that I pulled here is the Sun card. Okay, so this is just a reminder, like, no matter what's going on, you are light. You are an extension of God's light. You are beautiful, and your life is beautiful. So what can you take a look at? What can you be grateful for? What are you excited about right now in your life that you do have going on right now? And this is also encouragement, that good things are coming. Amazing. The card itself says happy outcomes, brilliant new ideas that lead to success. Have confidence in yourself. So that's a pretty powerful message, So as much as we're feeling stuck, as much as we're feeling challenged in some ways, I think that we can really look forward to this energy that is coming in. And so we need to have that patience and that trust. And, sometimes when we can step into that energy, it opens things up and it allows it to come that much sooner. So I feel like there's good stuff, especially as we transition toward the end of the month. I think there's some magic that is going to be manifesting for us. So that is your reading for today. If you guys love this video, if it connects for you, I would appreciate it so much if you would share it or tag a friend that you think would benefit below. I always like to make sure that I get these videos out to all the people who need to hear these messages. So thank you so much for watching today. If you want to learn more about me or about Clarity by Christy, you can check me out at discoveryourawakening.com. I'll see you guys soon with another video. Take care.